Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video I wanted to show you how to install Splunk within one Azure virtual machine. So I actually have already done this installation in one of my test machines that's running in Azure. So if I go to this particular IP and go to port 8000, you see that I have the Splunk already installed. Okay, and we want to get to this point using a new virtual machine. So what the first thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop this machine and we're gonna start from the very beginning. So first thing, you need a virtual machine. So I'm just gonna click on the virtual machine. I'm inside a virtual machine, and for this lab I am going to use a Ubuntu virtual machine to deploy my Splunk. So let's create a new resource group. I'm going to call it Splunk deployment RG for resource group. Hit OK, and Splunk UI is the name of the virtual machine that I'm going to specify, and I don't really need to configure anything else. I am going to use Ubuntu server 2004 TLS Gen 1, and let's use a better machine with 4 CPU and 16 gigs of memory, if that's available to me. So I'm just gonna use some username and password. So let's see. Okay, so I got my username and password. You can use SSH public if you like. I'm gonna keep the port 22 open. And for the disk, I don't think I need any space at the moment, but I'm still gonna add one. Default 1024 gigs is okay. I'm just gonna say okay, so that will attach the disk to my virtual machine, and I'm gonna hit create, and that should create the virtual machine, and it should give me an Ubuntu that is available to me in Azure environment that I can use to deploy my Splunk. So once you have that, so this one we already stopped, so this one should not give us anything anymore, so it will just keep on going and going. So I'm going to get rid of this one, and this virtual machine deployment is going on. While this is going on, we can go to Splunk free download. Okay, you can go to Splunk free download and you can go to the Splunk free trial. Now you can try out different things. The Splunk Enterprise Edition is available for free. Let's see what I have. So here, what you can do, if you want, you can go to the products as well. But what I'll do in here, get started with your free trial. I'm just provide some username and details. Student, and let's use AZ Labs 9000 outlook.com, and okay, phone number, company, student, a zip code, and I need a username. So cloud security labs, and I also need a password. So let's just try some password, and I agree I am not a robot, and you can, let's see, please satisfy password requirements. So that didn't satisfy, so let's just make it a little bit more challenging. Okay. Oh, the special character I'm using, they're not recognizing that. So let's just use a different special character. So here, let's see what else is required. Okay, good. Everything else looking good. Then software download and create your account. I'm going to save this one for myself. Okay, So it's working and it's creating my account. It may take up to 30 seconds, and once it's done, I'll restart the video. The download is still going on. I just thought I should just briefly talk about this section. So this is what we are trying to download here: Splunk Enterprise Software Trial download. So it's telling you get started with Splunk Enterprise for hybrid or on-premises enterprise needs. What can you do with it? Search, analyze, visualize your data with a free Splunk download for 60 days for hybrid on-prem enterprise need. Okay, so trusted by 91 of the Fortune 100. So you know that how much popular this particular product it is. Very, very popular, and almost, you know, I have seen this almost synonymous to a SIEM solution, right? So you can also click this free Splunk at the very top. It's to me it's kind of hidden. It took me a long time to figure out if the free Splunk, the complete free version, is actually over here. You can also go over there if you want just the free version. You can possibly get it from here as well. So I'm gonna stick to this one. So now in this page you have Windows version, Linux version, and Mac OS version. So you can run this Splunk in any platform you like, platform of your choice. I am going to go to the Linux version of it, and I'm going to click on download now, and I am downloading the DEB version of it because that's the Debian version that meets the we are going to use the dpkg for installation within my Ubuntu environment. So if you see, my download has started, and it will take about 2 minutes to get the download to my system. Okay, so while this is going on, let's see my virtual machine is now available or not. It looks like my deployment is done, so I can go to my resource. Okay, so if I go to my resource, here is one IP address that I can use and connect. So let's see the connectivity. If I can talk and go to the virtual machine using SSH and do SSH student at, then the IP address. So it's asking if I should believe and trust authenticity. I'm gonna say yes, hit enter, and now I can provide the password, and let me see. Yeah, so now you see that student Splunk UI, that means I am inside the virtual machine that is running Ubuntu in Azure. So what we will do, we will SCP copy the dev file that I'm downloading in my local machine, and I'll SCP that to this particular virtual machine, and then we will do the installation here. So give me 1 minute and 31 seconds and I'll be back again. Okay everyone, my download for the Splunk dev package is done. I have it under my downloads folder. So this is my local machine, and I want to go to the cloud machine over here. So the command that I need to run is the scp, then the Splunk file, that's the dev file, and then I'm going to provide my student at the IP address. Let's see if I still have it. Yeah, and then, well, let's just put it right there. Where should I put it? Let's say maybe home, and over there I should have a student directory. So let's try this one out. So it's now uploading the data. So it's 1% now, 2.6. So here pwd, this is, so here I'm already within home student. So as soon as this upload is done, if I run ls here, so you see it's already started seeing this file over here. So that's a partial file, that the transfer is not done yet. So it's gonna take about 4 minutes, looks like. So I'm gonna pause the video, we're gonna come back, and we will install this particular file, and we'll have the Splunk up and running. So give me another minute. Hello all, the upload process is still ongoing, and if you look at it, it's 43% done at the moment. And I am also creating a GitHub page. I have a very few commands that will tell you how to install it. So you download the dev file that we have done, SCP to virtual machine to Ubuntu machine, that is what we are doing. Then we're going to run dpkg-i, which is for install, and then we'll provide the dev file name. Once that installation is done, we will go down to the cd, then opt splunk var bin or opt splunk bin. In that folder, and inside the bin folder, you should have executable Splunk, and you gotta run sudo /splunk start, and that should start the Splunk. You have to go to the license agreement. It will give you a long page. You click on Q, so that will exit out of the license agreement, and then you say yes. That will install the Splunk. Now if you want to enable this Splunk to whenever you're rebooting the machine, you can run this command. And systemctl, if you want to check the status of the Splunk, it's not supported if you don't run this particular statement. So first command is systemctl enable Splunk, and then systemctl, there should be a space start Splunk. So let's just fix that one as we speak. There we go. And commit changes. There we go. So now let's see what is going on. It's almost 78% done for us, and we have 20% more to go. And then so if I do ls minus lah over here, this file size should keep going up and up and up, right? So give me one more minute, we'll be back. It's 14 more seconds and we'll start the installation process. Alright everyone, it looks like the upload is now completed. So here I can do ls. So I have everything here, so I don't need this anymore. Let's minimize that column. And over here I can do sudo dpkg -i for install, and then just tab is picking up a lot of stuff. So let's see, Splunk. So that is the file that we want. Okay, that is the file. So this is the command. I am going to hit enter, and you see it's now unpacking everything. I'm just going to copy this command and as well put it back where I can put it, like sample command like this here. Now version number would be probably different by the time you are installing, but you have at least some reference. So come back. So it's now unpacking the Splunk, and it should start the installation. What I should have done, probably do a sudo apt-get update and sudo apt-get upgrade before I did this step, but that is not required. But I would recommend that you do that. Okay, so this is that I have at the very top. Okay, so it says first of all your Splunk setup is now done. So if I do ls, now let's go to opt, and then you see there's a Splunk folder that's got created. So if I just go and do a ls on it, you see lib openSSL share, then bin is the folder that I'm interested in actually. So this time we'll do cd to that folder, cd opt Splunk, and then let's go to the bin folder. Let's clear, get some room, do another ls, and here what do you see? There should be a Splunk. Where is my Splunk? Here's the file, and you see it's green, that means it's executable, and we want to start that service. So do a sudo /splunk and then call it start. And here is the license agreement that I'm talking about. Here you just press Q. Do you agree with the license? Say yes, hit enter. Now here you have to put administrator username. So I'm gonna just say student and my most secure password. So I got both passwords, and now it is now going through and it did whatever I needed to do, and now it's telling me, hey buddy, it's now running the Splunk at the port 8000. So the first thing that you need to do here now, so we know that I have installation is now successful. So let's see, here is there anything else? So here we don't need anything else. So first of all, so what we'll do, we'll come back, we'll copy this and put the IP here and put the port 8000. Now tell me what is going to happen. You probably is not going to see anything, right? Because we still have not opened the port in our virtual machine. So what we'll do, we'll go back to networking, and from the networking I am going to add one inbound rule, and for now I'm just going to quickly make this 8000, and this destination you can put the private IP address if you like. For now I'm just going to keep it any if it's coming to that particular port, I'm going to allow everything. Okay, so and hit add. So that is my inbound port rule. So I'm opening up a window from the outside to the inside. So now this is added. You can go back and hit enter. Now it may take a minute or so to the service to show up. Okay, so when you run the command like this, it takes a little bit of time. So while that is going on, let's just do and finish up the other two things. So we can add enable boot start. So let's just do that, see if that makes sense. So that now it's added the init script at etc init Splunk. The script is now configured to run at boot. That is what we want. And then systemctl, let's enable systemctl. So let's do that. So I need my password, so authentication is required. So let's see. Alright, so now it's authentication completed, so it updated the rc.d file. So my systemctl should be available, so I can run this command to check either start or check the status. So first let's just check the status, and it says inactive, so let's just start it. Let's see, again it's asking for password, and let's check the status again and see what is going on. Now this time it says my Splunk service is now loaded. Okay, and it is active. So now I know my Splunk is definitely running in this particular port. So now go back, and if you go to the UI, you see it's automatically picked up, and I am logged in, and this is my Splunk. It's running in Azure virtual machine with an IP 4090.237.73. So go back, verify 4090.237.73, 237.73. So we got it. So now I can provide the Splunk username and Splunk password that we have used to log in to the Splunk instance that is running. So there are a whole bunch of things here that you can go through. Now you have a available Splunk version. So you can see, you can go to the search and reporting. Okay, that's where you would spend a lot of time. You can continue the tool. It identifies this is the first time that we are logged in. So if you click on continue the tool, it's going to tell you here is your data summary. Okay, that is how it's going to look like. You can click next. New search. Your search can contain words, phrases, field equal to value pairs, wildcards, and boolean operators like and, or, and not. Like you can say index, example data, buttercup, then or, action is purchase. Okay, hit next. Then over here, what you do, choose smaller time range to speed up your search. So you can search all time, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 5 minutes, many different intervals. Click on next. Now this is where you highlight a portion of an event and click on it to include or exclude it from the search. So that is a very nice feature. Next, you can have the field sidebar over here that the search is automatically extracted from your event. So these are a lot of fields that it automatically indexed. Okay, then click next. The field summary shows the distribution of field values. Click a value to add it to your search or use the report link to create a visualization. You can also do that. So here is some more visualization that they are showing. Use special search commands to transform search results into statistical data tables and creative visualization. So this is really good, right? So events, patterns, statistics, and visualization is where you are right now. So over here, what you're looking at, select a visualization type. So you can select what kind of visualization you want. After you choose the visualization, you can customize its appearance. So that is also very good, very nice visualization tool and platform support. And so all that is done, you can just go back over here. So next thing that we want to do, so let's just go back. I'm gonna go back to the very top window over here. There are product tools, add data, explore data, and Splunk app. So let's see, if I click on add data, what is going to happen. It will bring up the UI. So here I'm just going to skip this time. So there are many ways to add data. So cloud computing, if you click on it, you will see they have automatically selected whole bunch of Amazon AWS connector that you can use. Networking, if you click on it, Cisco Adaptive Security, Palo Alto, the connectors, plugins are there. Operating system, if you click on it, Microsoft Windows, one data source in total that is available to you. Click on security, McAfee, Windows Active Directory, Symantec endpoint. So a lot of things you can do. You can upload the data like a file, a log file if you have, you can do that. You can use forwarders. That's what I think I'm going to do another separate video where we're going to install the forwarder in a different machine, and that forwarder will send the log files back to this particular Splunk instance. Now monitor is another thing that you would use a lot. So if you click on monitor, you can ask Splunk to monitor for many different things. Okay, for simplicity, I'm going to click on files and directories, and it's going to ask what file or directory you want to monitor. So I'm going to click on browse. Since I'm in a Ubuntu Linux machine, and I know most of the logs, they are going to be under the var log folder. So I'm going to select that, select it, and hit next. And I'm going to keep all of the default settings the same for now. Go to review and submit, and that's about it. And now if you want to search the data now, you can click on start searching, and it will take you to the search box, and you see that it already got so much of data right over here. So it's already giving me a particular type of search as an example. So Spark UI Splunk, UI Splunk UI. So over here you can do very simple search like student, enter. So they are owned by Unix as a student. So I got 3 pages of results back. So here again you can use a smart mode, fast mode, or a verbose mode. You can change the time back to last 1 minute window. If I have anything, I have no events. What about 5 minutes window? I have no events either. 1 hour window. For this I still don't have an event, at least as per this query results. So go there, it actually took some time, right? So in 1 hour window you do have 3 pages of results. Let's try 30 seconds again and just give it a it may take a little bit of time to do the search. So now this time really in the last 30 seconds I have nothing. What about last 1 minute? Give it some time. So here's the blue bar that is telling you the search it's done, but still you don't have anything. So that's kind of how you would search. So I'm just gonna put it back to last 30 minutes because this is the VM that we just created. They're really not too many events that it would have. So analytics, there are many tabs. You can go through and browse and see what are the features that are available within analytics. You can look for metrics, data set. Here you can look at various data sets over here, and I'm not covering this one in this particular video. Reports, there are some default report templates that are already available, like Splunk errors in last 24 hours, messages by minutes in last 3 hours, license usage, errors in the last hours. So some of that pre-built, you can run those events, like over here, errors in the last hour. You see failed password, failed password, failed password. So so those events, they're automatically showing up. So you can look at those reports. You can go to the alerts as well. You can look at all-time alerts and the app alerts, stuff like that. And the dashboard view, what it does, it also gives you some way to create a new dashboard, or you can use this default dashboard that you have for your own. Again, this view I'm not covering in this particular video. So I'm going to go back to Splunk Enterprise at the very top. The one other thing that I wanted to show, that is, let's see, find more apps. So this is one very useful thing. So if you click on find more apps, Splunk will give you a lot of different applications that you can use, like integration point, like they're categorized by category. You can, if you choose IT operations, you see the monitoring, user monitoring, FireEye, Splunk add-on for Unix, CrowdStrike, lots of different Splunk add-on for Box. Okay, a lot of different things will show up. Now this, if you say select for security, fraud and compliance, again you have some FireEye, CrowdStrike, crypto, GitHub app, so many of them. Okay, so if you see the pages, they're just unbelievable how. So you can also click on the popular, so they will say the which one are really popular, like Splunk add-on for Windows is very popular, Splunk add-on for Cisco ASA is very popular. So the other thing you can do, you can look for either app or the add-on. Now app are the tools or modules that comes with the UI. Really, this is a really nice front end that you have. You can also look for add-ons. Add-ons typically comes without any UI. It's just, you can think about it as a backend. For example, Splunk add-on for Unix and Linux. If I want to install this one, I just have to just click on it, and again here you have to provide the Splunk username and password that you have created, and say login and install, and enter your splunk.com username. Okay, so that is the AZ Labs 9000 outlook.com, and that password is okay. So this is not the Splunk installation username password. This is the actual Splunk account that you have created with their website, that username password that you have to provide. And let's see if that works. That does not work. Then I gotta go, let me pause and figure out my password, and we'll continue. Alright, I'm now logged in, and it says open the app. It says Splunk add-on for Unix and Linux was successfully installed. I can either open the app or go home. Let's just open the app. Don't save. And it goes to the app configuration. Continue to the setup. You can do. And over here, now remember when we added our logs, we only added var log, but see how many different logs it's picking up. Splunk add-on. So we're gonna enable all. You can click, and rest of it you can change, but I'm gonna go with all the default ones for now and hit save. So this is gonna pick up logs from many different places within a Linux system, and we should be seeing more number of logs now available to us than what was before. So I can go back to Splunk, okay, and go back to search and reporting, and let's see, go back to no, not in dashboards, stay on search, and there we go. So if I do now start searching for stuff, now we should get a lot more information back from Splunk, because we are not only looking at the varlog folder, but we are also looking at so many other places for our search queries. So I think that's all I wanted to configure. There are other things that you can do. Okay, in the next video what we will do, we'll configure the forwarder, and we'll see how you can send data or logs from other systems back to the Splunk, and you can use Splunk as a SIEM tool to monitor the security of your environment. Okay, thank you for watching the video. If you like this one, please give me a like, subscribe, and leave your valuable comments so I can improve the way I do videos. Thank you. Have a great day.